I'm not soft, the city knows that. But I do got a soft spot for new crews trying to build. Been there myself, you know. Genovese didn't start on top. We clawed our way through chaos and through blood. I've seen what too much beef too early can do to a crew. It don't make you fit, it makes you forgotten. So when VV showed up, we didn't press him. We sat him down and gave him the game. Told him move smart, show respect, and you'll last. But some lessons, they don't stick the first time around. They got into it with a crew called Wraith shortly after we met. Bullets flying and one of our guys caught a stray. Now we're down a man and the cops are in our pockets taking our guns. This ain't how this works. We're Genovese, but we're the commission. We ain't street thugs, we keep the balance. That tax that families pay, that's for order, for peace. So things don't turn into a damn war zone like before. So now we called another sit down. Not to crush them, but to make it crystal clear and give them one last warning. You either grow up in this life or you get buried by it. Now let's see if they came to talk or they don't fucking graves.
Damn man in this fucking server that can tell me what I can and can't wear. But as the respect is, and Vito explained it to me, I respect your situation, and you see me, I'm right here. You see me in different colors. I respected that. But you should have went to my boss and told him, and let my boss handle me, not you. I don't answer to you.
Well, as I
answer to
said,
my boss right there.
now again, you raise your voice at me again, that's going to be a different situation. If I've been disrespectful, raised my tone, or at anyone showed any disrespect
There
towards
you
you.
go. Let's talk like men.
Okay.
I respect what you said, but I just think you handled it differently, and I'm voicing my opinion.
So I handled it differently by pulling over your car and saying, hey, buddy, I don't want to be a dick, but can you take off those colors?
No. Before you got there, the other guys were hollering at me.
Okay. My guys, again, the guys did something. I showed up and I handled it differently, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
I showed you no disrespect, right?
And you've seen how it de-escalated when you started talking, but they
Okay.
were hollering at me and all that stuff.
So again, yes, the guys are going to feel timid when people, listen, Ghost try to do the same thing. They try to claim cream. What happened to Ghost is now they're not wearing cream. The reason why that is because they realized they barked up the wrong tree. So
I understand all that.
this isn't one situation where we have fought, we fought tooth and nail to make sure that we keep our prestige in the city. Now again, we're trying to move a different way. If this was Dream State, I promise you this would be handled in a different way. The reason why we're here, we can go back and forth of any logistics or any disrespect that you guys feel. From my thought process, Genovese as a whole has never disrespected your family, and that multiple times have reached out to show respect of things we've seen you moving in city, correct?
That would be correct, yeah.
So we extended our hand to you. We've been watching you, and it's not like we haven't. Trust me. As much as you don't think so, we see everything, and we're in contact with every single crew that you guys talk to. We know exactly how you're moving. So, again, the reason why we had that meeting was to show respect and extend my hand on people that are wearing a suit and in the Costa Nostra. You guys do declare yourself as a crime family, correct?
Yes, sir.
So we extended our hand as a gratitude to say we like what you guys are doing. We like how you guys are moving. But again, what we've got in return is nothing but disrespect. I'm going to say that very clearly. Nothing but disrespect. Stage one, you guys are wearing colors. And again, he can call me a liar again, and I promise you this is the last time he'll walk.
Hey, this is Wooden Father. I'm the one that you talked to. I didn't mean no disrespect, sir.
Well,
I just want to say, sorry, he called me over when you guys were talking to him. I talked to you. It was a misunderstanding, and he went and took off the clothes after that. We did do an art heist before that. He had those clothing on, but it was a misunderstanding. After I talked to you as well, I came over. He called me, and we went and got him changed into that fit.
Yeah, so the reason why maybe my information got messed up, as I said, I'm not going to lie, we do have police officers on payroll that do feed us information. So I'm not going to go into more detail on that, but that's what I heard from our sources. Now,
I believe it was before you talked to us.
Now, it was after, but again, we'll let it go. Either way, the fact of the matter is, wearing another crew's color, I don't give a fuck. That's the biggest mistake that you could ever do. Now, again, I extended my hand. I showed respect. I said, buddy, can you just take the colors off? I don't want to be a dickhead. I was not disrespectful, did not raise my voice, did not press, did not do any of the such. Now, again, when you got out of the car, you were hostile. You said, what? What the fuck you want with me? I said, take off the colors. You said, and I quote, I'm doing what my leader told me. You're not my fucking leader. Now, again, this guy did show up and de-escalate the situation, but you did show disrespect. But again, out of respect for Vito, I let it slide. Now, that's just one situation. Second situation is, your guys then, to Savannah to the right of me, said you have some nice fucking cleavage. Now, I'm going to make sure this beef will end as soon as I feel that you guys are gonna show respect in the roar. So I need the guy who said to this lady right here about her cleavage. Okay. So now, as a male guy, where the fuck do you get off talking to a woman that way?
I wasn't talking to a woman.
You did not say to her, "I like your cleavage" or "I like to see your cleavage." Nice cleavage.
No, sir. I was on a bike, and I believe this guy right here was the driver of the car that came to us.
I was
might
in
be
the
wrong, though.
passenger seat when you said it, and the windows were rolled down so you could see in.
Yeah, I honestly did not see you there, and I think I spoke to this guy at the hospital explaining to him that I did not see it.
It still doesn't
I
fucking
didn't-
matter, bro. You're a fucking idiot for saying it, bro. You
Yeah,
shouldn't
I'm
have
an
said it in
idiot. I'm
general.
sorry. I
Don't
apologize.
fu-
Yeah,
Now
I don't want
again-
you to try and justify. You're a fucking
I don't
idiot,
know
bro.
how much you guys are maybe up to date on the Costa Nostra laws, but again,
He
disrespecting
shouldn't
a
be
woman.
disrespecting women. I told him, bro. He's a fucking idiot for it.
Now
That's
again,
what
Yeah,
I
I'm
said.
sorry. I did not.
I'll shoot at your house. I'll kill you inside your house. But the last thing I'll do is shoot your wife, right? So
Exactly.
the issue is this: is again, there's certain guidelines that wear a suit and claim to be a crime family that you need to follow and instill in your guys to understand that there's a right way and a wrong way to do things. Now again, saying gross and attest things to females just is not a good look for your family. That will carry you. Trust me, I know. Now, with that being said, I will handle that at a later time. That is another sign of disrespect, correct? So I'm gonna keep going down the list. So your leader,
100%. Go ahead, yeah.
is very understanding of what exactly is going on. So there's multiple situations that have been brought to my attention over the course of this last week and previous week that you guys have deliberately came out of your way and said things that were very out of pocket. Now, some people might take that as soft, that we did not do anything to it. I take that as courtesy because I know you guys are new and I know sometimes it takes time for you to get organized in the way that you should be. That's the only reason why you have not been pressed from that point. That's it. Now, Vito.
Yes, sir. So,
How have you not informed your guys on the basis of how they're acting and mobilizing around the city? Whether how is that a miscommunication on your part that they're wearing suits of ours, claiming not only did they wear this suit, but they also said this is our associate outfit. Now I don't know any term where you guys have ever rocked cream ever.
I told you this is what we spoke about on the phone.
Mhm.
I haven't added anybody as a capo in my crew until last week because I need to try these people out. Like you said, we're new.
Last
That
night.
being said, there was a capo fit design when the city was created, and it did have cream, and that's before I met y'all, and I never deleted that. I completely forgot. It was a lapse of judgment. And
Mhm.
that night after I elected my capos, they put it on, and that's where that incident happened. However,
Yeah, that was my fault.
and that's my fault as a leader for not deleting that. However, we remediated that situation and fixed it right away. And I apologize for any disrespect. Like I said, I feel even then that when it's come off a little hot, I get that he wants to be loyal to my word, but you guys have been friends to us since the start. So I don't understand why he come off hostile to anybody in a cream suit. That being said, there should be never have we had an associate wear cream colored, definitely not a suit.
What
Our
other things
associates
have
wear
they said that's
button-up
disrespectful?
polos and vest. So whoever you found, point them out. Let's put them on the chopping block. But we haven't had an associate
Okay.
wearing a fucking cream
No,
suit.
it was me. I think he's taking the suit that I had on as an associate. I didn't say that. I said capo. And
Yeah.
I was made, he flew out, and I'm proud of my position.
Is that
and I
is
want
that
to
what
represent my family. That's why I put that on, and it was in the emails, and I didn't know. And then,
Okay.
again, I'm a
So a
50-year-old man. There's
lap-
nobody going to tell me what I can and can't wear, especially if my boss told me,
Well,
which is what I thought that I could do. And then I didn't know who you were or who you guys, all I seen was and no offense to by saying this, but I seen a bunch of hoodlums hollering at me, trying to tell me not to wear what I needed to wear because of my boss. So, I mean, I hope you can
Well, these
understand that.
Well, let me just tell you something, bro. Okay, let me just make this very clear to you. There's a reason why I told you to take the fucking shit off and watch the
Yep.
mouth. These guys have been good to us since the start, bro. So whatever you said or however you felt in that moment, bro, you need to forget about it and treat these people like you're talking to your best friend, because these people
Yeah, no,
have
I'm
treated
good.
us that way.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
All right. Now, we'll move on to the third issue. The third issue is, yes, there's been shit talking. Again, I can't account for that. This is word of mouth, so I'm not going to hold that to your guys' standard. Now, my guys have informed me that there has been other issues around the city, little side back and forth. Since I do not have any deliberate proof, I'm not going to use that as a way to explain what you have done wrong in that situation. But the worst mistake that you ever fucking did is shoot at a maid guy in a full cream outfit. I don't know how you guys misconstrued that. Not sure how that's even possible.
Let me just go ahead and tell you, because I can make this very easy for you. You said you fought Ghost, correct?
Yes.
Ghost doesn't fucking have colors. They don't have an identifier. They wear black and that's it. But after we started pressing everybody that wore black in the city, which to be fair, you could be fucking them by their standard because they won't put on an identifier when they fight us. They started changing into whatever the fuck. Now, here's my account of what happened at that shooting. We were shooting the guys on the bike and in the car, and through that shooting, somebody got shot. Until I can see some body cam, this is how I feel about it. One of your guys got shot. At that point, they pulled out a gun and started shooting, and we, because Wraith has already swapped out of full colors, they've been wearing blue, red, white suits, not just cream suits, white suits when they fight us, started shooting back at y'all. Now, if my guy said anything directly, Genovese, you guys suck, you guys are fucking ass,
No.
then that's a problem. But I just want to make it very, very clear. There were 6 people, 8 of us and 6 of them in that shootout, bro. So if you guys caught a stray, I fully apologize for it.
Okay.
But when the moment guns come out in the gunfight with 14 people, you got to see it from my side. There's got to be some errors.
Now, again.
Explain it, Vinny. Can I explain it?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So me and Amir, right? We're just sitting at the garage. He's doing a little deal. Deal's done. We're just standing there talking. You guys get into the shootout. We're just standing on top of the truck, and he takes a shot. We're like, okay, it's just a stray. He takes another shot, and then another shot within quick succession. Right? It's like deliberate. So he jumps off, starts running around, and starts taking more shots. That's when he pulls out his gun and starts shooting, and then I proceed to pull out my gun and we start shooting.
Okay. Look, and are you the guy I was just talking to at Pill when you boxed me in?
I believe. Yep.
Okay, let me explain this because I'll be honest with y'all. I've got the utmost respect for you. It doesn't make any sense for me if you see we're having a shootout. Why would I want to start just shooting y'all the fuck up or anybody in my crew? We have no. It would be even to the dumbest fucking person in this room. It would be the dumbest thing you could do to go shoot up a whole nother crew in a shootout purposefully. You think that you getting shot at was intentional at all?
Vito, it's not about intent.
It is for me because it's going to determine the punishment for the person that did it.
To me, it's not about intent. The second bullets start flying and my guys get injured or get hurt, that you shoot a maid guy, that's a big fucking no-no. So, I don't give a fuck if it was an accident. I don't give a fuck what the situation may be. You guys need to make sure that's your guys' job, and you as the leader to make sure that you're shooting at the proper people.
It's hard to know if I'm shooting at the proper people.
And that's for you to figure out. If you do not have a structure and understanding that you obviously Ghost is not wearing fucking cream because they were forced out of cream, then you should know that a cream guy is probably not Ghost because they would definitely be on the end of my barrel. Now, with that being said, I don't give a flying fuck if you made a mistake. That's not the problem here. You shot at one of my guys. Not only did you shoot at him, but then PD came and picked up their guns. You understand that? Over action that your crew did.
No, I'm fully aware.
So, again, I don't care about the backstory. I don't care. Listen, I take into consideration, I understand mistakes do happen, but you make 1,000 choices a day, right? The average person makes 1,000 choices a day, and that was the fucking wrong one.
Well, that's a contradiction, and you of anybody should know that it's not a choice if it's an accident.
Mm-hmm. Well, as I said, accidents do happen, but sometimes accidents do have consequences.
Who lost their gun? This guy right here?
Amir and Amir.
Let him speak with him.
Amir and Amir?
Amir and Dean, sorry, apologize.
There's
Okay, I
my
was
gun.
about to say.
We
Really,
meant-
thing
we
one
meant-
and thing two.
we meant no disrespect. My
No,
gun's right
pick
there
it
on
up
the
for
ground.
now, and we'll talk about
Yeah, we'll talk about it, bro.
We appreciate the offer, though, sir. All right. So we got past this whole point. Now, this is the last and only warning I'm going to give to your organization. Okay? This is me. I'm going to be honest with you. My guys feel a whole different way than I, but it doesn't matter what they feel. Me, I'm going to have compassion. I've been in your spot. I understand what it's like. I know what it's like trying to start something. Sometimes beef really fucks up everything that you guys are working for. So I understand that. The last thing that you want to deal with is fighting two different crews. I understand that. So we, as the family, are going to take that into consideration, and we are going to try and negotiate terms right now to end this beef that persisted, so it does not go further. Now, with that being said, this isn't a sign of weakness. This is a sign that we understand your position, and we do have respect for your organization to a point. Now, this is the last time Genovese is going to extend their hands across the table and make amends and work out this situation. If there's another talk of disrespect, if there's any more bullets accidentally fired, I'm not going to hesitate for a second to make sure that your organization is going to be hit with everything we got. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now, I've talked to these guys here, and we think it's appropriate for two things. A, we want both those guns replaced. That's very understandable, in my opinion. Those guns will be replaced, and as I said, this is not a tax. We're not saying we want more than what we're worth. You know, 2 guns were lost over your guys' mistake. Those guns are replaced. We'll squash that whole debacle. Now, number 2, you guys will be charged a $5,000 fine. Now, you're saying, fine, I'm not in your crew. Yeah, as we said, the reason why we work with other crews is because we control every single crew in this city. That is a crime family. You guys might not agree with it. That's just the way it is. Every single crew that we work with has an oath that they take on. Again, you guys are contenders. What that means is we're looking at you right now. Everybody that we work with or facilitate with has to pay a tax on the fact of this is what we have in our rule book based on the Costa Nostra. So that will be paid in full, $5,000 fine on your family, and then the 2 Berettas, and this beef will be squashed. Again, $5,000 is 10 minutes worth of work. It's nothing crazy.
All right.
It's just a point.
I got 2,000 of it.
I've got the money, bro.
I'll pay all $5,000
right now.
Now, so I also do want to take a minute to say right here.
Now, again, you guys can, express your concerns if you don't feel like that's fit, and we'll explain to you why it's that way. Now, again.
No, that's fair. We understand.
No, listen. Your guns are fine. I was gonna repay you the guns anyway. I have respect for y'all, but let me just say something, because I've been very respectful with you, Lucky, and I want to keep it that way. But there's something I can't take this lightly, man, and this is what's kind of pushing me. Okay, I came to talk to you right here about what happened, and honestly, I was gonna give you your Berettas back right there, bro. And then you fucking box me in with the guys you know I'm beefing with, sit there, let them laugh at me, fucking chuckle, and fucking let them try and rob me, and then play off like there's nothing wrong. If we're friends...
Now, number 2,
let them rob you. I did not
Dean, did I not just talk to you about this?
Yeah, 100%.
Did I not relate to you that that is a no-no?
Yep. I didn't know that was even ghosts. I thought they were just randoms.
Oh, trust me, I didn't know they're ghosts either, because this is what they fucking do, bro.
Now,
they dress up.
Now, let me explain something to you. I'm never going to disrespect my guys in front of anybody. Okay? Never. What I handle behind closed doors, they all are in check. Why do you think they're not going around starting shit? Why do you think they're not moving in a disrespectful manner around the city? Because they know everybody knows me, and it will get back to me. Once that does get back to me, I promise you, you might think this is harsh now. These guys get treated worse. The reason why is that because I expect a standard of how they operate and how they move around the city. Now, again, a lot of guys don't agree with it, but it doesn't matter. They want to be in my family. They got to play by my rules, and that's just what it is. Now, Dean has been talked to. I'm not going to say exactly what happened, but I will say it's handled. From Dean's perspective, though, in his defense, he came there to talk to you. They pulled up. He was already pressing you. They interjected into a situation that was Dean's situation, which was a Genovese issue. Now, again, I'm going to be talking to Ghost. Who's waiting outside?
Like, not in the parking lot, but like far away.
Okay, so Ghost is waiting outside?
Yeah. Probably.
All right. Go down there and ask for a higher up of Ghost and have him come down here.
Can you do
Tito, can you go over there and escort one higher up of Ghost inside? They can come with a max of 3 higher ups. Now, what I'm gonna do? Where's this beef from Ghost started?
This beef from Ghost, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Lucky. I don't see it ending anytime here soon, unless they flip the script. They disrespected, and this is why I was very upset when I heard what Data did to y'all. They disrespected one of our women. He shot her in the fucking head in the store and told her to shut the fuck up for little to no reason. He said because she was radioing about him. After that, he proceeded to shoot my guys when they asked what the fuck his problem was. And then he asked me for 3 Berettas for the guns that got pulled out against him because he could have went to jail for it.
Okay.
And
Because
I
he
told
could
him-
have went to jail trying to tax you on something that didn't even take.
Yeah,
Okay.
that he did. He killed the guys. I said, as far as I'm concerned, you killed him, bro. You got your lick, bro.
Now, do you guys want the beef to end it, or do you guys have a point to prove in your organization?
I'm not paying him shit.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I told him he can take those 3 Berettas off his mom's lips when she's done sucking my dick.
Okay. So I'm gonna have 3 of them
script.
come in on a conversation. Let's try to keep it respectful. Let's try to be a mediator to make sure nothing happens. I'm gonna make that very clear to them.
Yeah.
I could call out every family in the city that, I could call up Lucchese and call up fucking Sicario, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try and resolve it between us, and we'll see how it goes. Now, if they don't want to keep this as a fair ground, then that's going to be an issue and we will get involved. So, I'm going to make that very clear.
We're heading in now, Lucky.
Okay, okay, perfect.
Coming downstairs.
Gentlemen, you guys can walk up.
You can move, Data. Just go over there.
How's it going, boys? How you doing?
What's going on, Lucky?